Welcome back, guys. This is your regular YouTuber host, Roko UB, and today is a rest day. As you know, Sundays are normally my rest days when I have time off to answer back to everyone's comments. I try to reply to everyone, so sorry if I missed anyone. I will try and get through you in time. But it's not really Star Wars related today, this video isn't. It's more of a 30-year-old's opinion and a life lesson on what I've actually learnt so far in my 30 years on this rock. And this all spawns from one comment that someone made on my YouTube channel today. It was an offensive comment, it was a question directed at me, and I gave this guy a valid answer. And if you look through the comment section on the latest video of I think it's the Yoda completed, which was last night's stream, you will see yourself and you will get to make up your own mind what this comment could have been about. But this has spawned off a reaction, and it's not a hate reaction, so sorry to the guy Ryan who made this comment. It's not a direct attack at you, it's just something that plays on my mind, and it always pops up over weeks and days and years throughout my life, and it makes me often think about life in general. And basically what I want to come to is the idea of money, whether that's spending on this game, spending on buying cars in real life, houses, buying food, paying your rent, paying your taxes. Money seems to govern a lot of directions we take throughout our life. Now, I personally don't have a lot of money. I'll be honest with you, I'm not rich. I came from a council estate, and I've had a quite, not a poor upbringing, but a very much a working class upbringing. So don't for 1 minute get an idea that this guy comes from a lot of money. I don't come from a lot of money at all, guys. I'm pretty much like your average Joe. And what I want to get to, without beating around the bush too much, this comment that was made, and if you look at the comment section, you guys can make up your own mind. And I'm sure at least maybe 1% of the viewers that watch this will agree with me that it was probably directed at this general thing. And the comment was made is, why do I smoke during my videos? Again, it's not a retaliation because you've put me on the fence about why I smoke in my videos. I smoke in my videos because it's a habit. It's a bad addiction. Like many other things in life is addictive. But I generally do this because I like smoking. I'm not encouraging anyone to smoke. You can make up your own minds, as most people do. But going to this comment, that was made, and when I replied back to Ryan to ask Ryan that, how does this generally affect you if I smoke on my videos? I'm not breaking any terms of service conditions by smoking in my videos, and if I am, someone needs to make me aware of this. Maybe I should have read the terms and conditions more thoroughly and the fine print, but I wasn't aware that I was affecting anyone and breaking any rules. So he then replies back with the comment that that you're not breaking any terms of service that he was aware of. But this is what got me, guys. This is what really got me, because my videos are about more than just making money. I've had numerous people come to me and basically try and talk me around to having ads on my videos, and I've now came to this conclusion, guys. Through whatever endorsement I ever get offered, or any people asking me to push ads on my YouTube channel, the answer to all of you people that if you ever do ask me to put YouTube endorsements or offer me anything, a career out of it, this is purely for fun factor, and my answer will be no. I've now made up my mind about that. Because money to me is not important, and I will get to this also. So basically, his part of that comment was, it's unprofessional, and I quote, it's unprofessional to smoke on recordings. That's not exactly how it's worded, but the main word is unprofessional. Now, I don't do these videos in any professional manner at all. I try and come across down to earth with you guys because I'm a down to earth person, but it really, in a way, grinded me at the fact that with this comment, it led me to one conclusion, what this guy was getting to. And, again, correct me if I'm wrong, because no one's always 100% right. No one's perfect. But I found this comment was directed to the means of, I won't get endorsement. I won't get people offering to do ads. because it's bad publicity to promote smoking. And, you know, as you will see by the comment that I put, guys, I put a bit of thought into that comment, and I thought I worded it quite well. And, you know, is it really all about money, guys? Is just all YouTubers do YouTube for money? Is it not? Does it originally start out for a love of the games we play, and a general interest in getting our thoughts out there to people of the public? And I've come to a conclusion that along the lines of something starting out very good, it can turn very sour and very bad very quickly. And, you know, everyone knows that I'm not saying money's the root of all evil. I'm not saying money causes a lot of problems, which most people can make up their own about how money affects them in their life. Some people have a lot of it, some people want it, some people aren't bothered and they can be happy without it. I'm happy without it, guys. I've got a nice family, I've got a roof over my head. Do I need a certain amount of money to keep this roof over my head and food on my table? Yes, I do. But who is to say if I don't have money that I shouldn't have food and a roof over my head? Unfortunately, this is how most people have been conditioned in modern society, that we have to have this money to basically get by on and to pay for things and to get where we want in life. You think back to your early teachings, from basically kindergarten, from nursery, primary school, whatever you want to call it, we're all conditioned to mathematically be able to count 1 and 2 pennies. You start off with little brown plastic currency, or perhaps even real money, depending on where you was brought up with and how you were schooled. But we're all taught how to count money and how to add numbers, because in some sense, as you grow older and get better at this skill, because we all acquire skills which we use for further advancing through life. But if you look at it in a logical sense, we're taught how to count because you can then determine how much money you have and how much money you don't. So, this being said, you can then make up your mind of if you want to push past that barrier of not having more than those 1 or 2 pennies you've counted, or staying at that comfortable rate of having 1 or 2 pennies. Sometimes having enough is better than having more. Because as we know, in the Star Wars terminology world, that, you know, greed is one of the main causes of turning to the dark side. I think that many people that aspire to be, you know, these great celebrities and these great people who have lots of money, you know, how do you define great these days? Is it someone that has a flashy car and can drive down the street and get everyone to turn their head and get all the girls? You know, and, you know, it creates a lot of envy and a lot of jealousy. You know, I read a lot of books, I read a lot of knowledge, not on just the internet because, you know, it's not all true, but I read a lot of real life stories, and I'll give you a slight quote from a book that I read a while ago. I still have this book, and it's written by a very, very informative man that's experienced life, and, you know, he lives a very light side of life and tries to help people. And why can I not think of his name? I haven't read the book in that long, but it's a very popular name. Let me just quickly go downstairs. I'm not encouraging people to read this book, but... Oh, that's it. I don't even need to go downstairs. It's the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama, which most people, the older generation, will know. I doubt the younger people of the generation know about it because they're not really interested in reading books these days. They can get it all through the internet. But yeah, so the Dalai Lama quoted in his book that he basically said that, you know, in a small village, in a rural town, most people have bikes. And, you know, they will use bikes to get from A to B, and you know, most jobs are basic, fishing, enough to provide enough to the community. Each person has a set role to provide, which doesn't pull in a lot of money, but it provides a service for each person. And, you know, it gives that person clothing. One person will then trade for food. One person, you know, will be collecting water. And in these rural places, if someone was to get an automobile, relation to 16 candles there, Yeah, if one person was to get an automobile, this person having a car in a village where everyone relies on walking or bikes for transport, you know, it would create a lot of jealousy and anguish amongst people because why has this one person got a car to get around with and we all have to walk on feet and bikes? Now, I'm not saying they should abolish the fact that this person is able to get a car and that they shouldn't allow it. It's just the fact that to keep things more simple, where there's not a lot of money around, these guys don't generally have cars. And, it works for the good of everyone. It really does. And I think that's the problem with money on a whole. It can benefit the few, but not benefit the majority. That's what I've found at 30 years later after being born on this earth. And, another thing going back to thousands of years ago, look at our ancient civilizations, existed. The ancient Mayans, I'm sure if Atlantis was real, going back to Aztecs, Egyptians, all these ancient races, and they all had some type of currency for controlling stature in public. That your general position in public is always been measured by how much money you have in your pocket. It's not about what you've done to help people. Some people see it as that, some people don't. But, generally you're measured by what you've got in your pocket. In modern society, a lot of girls and younger guys are interested without seeing your bank balance. It used to be what job you have. Now it's not. They don't give a second thought. Majority of women, not every woman, so I'm not quoting every woman, but the majority of women won't look twice at you if they know you haven't got a big bank balance. Again, this is all my opinion, but this currency that was invented because no one's born with a chip under their skin, and no one's born with a credit card stuck up their bum. We're not born with these man-made currencies to basically control us. We're born as humans, and humanity seems to be lost along the way because we're all driving towards wanting this big amount of money, to live this high life and be rollers, this GTA high life. Why are people seeing the glass, they're seeing the glass as half empty rather than half full. And I know this is all spawned off just a single comment, guys, of why I smoke, but it's something that plagues my mind often. And I'm putting this video out there to people, and maybe 1% will like this video, and it'll already confirm what they've been thinking and what they know about life. And maybe the 99% of people that are money hungry will dislike and disagree with this video. I don't really care. It could get 1,000 dislikes and 1 like. The fact of the matter is, my opinion on the matter. And in regards to the smoking, guys, I will continue to smoke on my videos regardless of whether people like it or not. There is no free law, that says I cannot smoke on videos. I do not work for a corporation, therefore I will smoke on my videos. Am I less likely to get an opportunity to work for a games company? Do I really care? No. I am not likely to get an opportunity for a games company. And again, guys, I couldn't care less. I'm happy doing these videos for Star Wars, for your guys' entertainment, for us to have a general chit chat about anything. A lot of guys come into my stream after studies. I have people of all races coming into my stream. Religious beliefs get brought up. It's a place of diversity. It's a place where people can come and discuss anything freely. And it's not orientated around money. So, all because this one guy basically said to me that, why are you smoking in your video? It's unprofessional. It's now spawned this video of the fact that I don't really care about money. It's the honest truth. And getting a job in this gaming industry now, it doesn't really affect me. But one thing is, guys, those that have money generally at the top of the food chain, look at what fame and a lot of money has done to a lot of people that are in the limelight, that was in the limelight, have now sadly passed away and rejoined the force. Look at what it did to their career. Look at what it's done to some of the people's careers that are currently alive. Now, the question that I put to you guys is, what does money mean to you? Do you need a lot of it to get by on? Do you need a small amount? Do you want a lot of it, or aren't you really bothered? Leave your comments in the comment section, guys. I will try and get back to everyone. as soon as possible. But the main part of this video is that, to me, money isn't real. It's not real. It's like basically creating a game. It has purpose to a degree where it can bring enjoyment, fun, sadness, inspire people. It can do a lot of good things and a lot of bad things in the right and wrong hands. But again, a game's an invention. It comes from the human mind. Money comes from the human mind. You can print more money. You can take money away. Money can hold more value 1 second. It can decrease in value. It's completely up to you guys how you perceive this video. But at the same time, I hope it's enlightened you slightly on what money can mean and what it can do. And generally how people think these days in regards to the way they word things about situations that they see. So by saying this, it's a simple fact that if something looks out of order and it doesn't look very good, and you question that, just think what is behind your question. What is the motive to your question? What are you actually trying to get at? What does it lead to? And 9 times out of 10, most of your questions or fears of not being able to do stuff or being able to do stuff revolve around money. So there is a life lesson about money. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, feel free to comment or like or dislike. It does not affect me in any way, because when I turn off my appliances that I communicate with you guys with, I go back to my life. Anything that you guys say does maybe have a slight effect on my conscience, but at the end of the day, after 5 minutes of talking to my missus or making food or running a bath, the daily events of my videos are gone, I don't sit there and think about, oh, I've not got enough viewers on YouTube, what can I do? I may talk a bit about my YouTube channel, but it's just something, guys. It's a means to an end. So, with that being said, I'm going to get back to enjoying my Sunday, as it is my rest day, like many other people's Sundays. And I hope you guys are having a nice weekend. So I'll leave you with that thought. What does money mean to you? Does it mean you can buy lots of crystals on Star Wars? Or does it mean that you're a free-to-play player? Free-to-play players don't generally have a lot of money or not willing to spend money. People that are high rollers at the top of the food chain. I'm not jealous and I don't envy them. But, they have the money to throw away. Someone can throw away 10,000 on this game. But what about that 10,000 going towards maybe someone who needs it more than them? Again, that shows, guys, there's no real value in money. There is no real value in money. But, each to their own. People have different opinions about everything. That's why we're such a diverse world. If it was all the same, it would be a very boring world indeed. But yeah, on that being said, back to my life. Continue with yours, my friends. May the force be with us all.